Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Ministers, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Cabinet Ministers and Assistant Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, members of the public in the gallery, and those watching or listening from home and elsewhere. Bulavinaka, Namaste. I rise today to commend the coalition government and the Honourable Minister for Finance on the delivery of the 2025-2026 national budget with the theme Building Security, Stability and Prosperity. Speaker, sir, I wish to first pay tribute to my colleague and close friend, the late Honourable Fatime Rayalu, a dedicated minister who led by example, and he believed strongly in outcomes, not in inputs. He was a person who was a go-getter. He made things happen. May his soul rest in eternal peace in the heavenly abode. In the same breath, let me also welcome Honorable Kurindrani, my new neighbor, and I wish him well during his parliamentary sessions. Mr. Speaker, sir, this budget has been lauded and welcomed by members of the public as it focuses on the lives of every individual with deep understanding of our nation's needs. It's not merely a financial document. It is a blueprint for a more prosperous, equitable, and employment-rich Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, from the perspective of my ministry, this budget is a beacon of hope and opportunity. It directly addresses the critical need for sustainable job creation, skills development, and enhances worker welfare, which are the cornerstone of our national progress. Mr. Speaker, sir, the substantial allocations towards infrastructure development will undoubtedly stimulate economic activity and generate a multitude of new employment opportunities. These projects are not just about roads, bridges, or utilities. They are about connecting our people to markets, to education, and to a better quality of life, simultaneously creating jobs for our skilled and unskilled workforce. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am particularly heartened by the increased investment in education and vocational training. Under the Fiji First government, Mr. Speaker, sir, vocational and technical education was totally destroyed. Not forgetting that between $30 to $34 million went down the drain in setting up the technical colleges, which were later abandoned all of a sudden. Technical centers, I'm coming to that. Technical centers attached to secondary schools were also closed due to the opening of the technical colleges, and the sudden closure of the technical colleges left a gaping gap in Tibet. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is history. It will remain there. Can't be obliterated. Mr. Speaker, sir, employers are still crying, wanting skilled labor, and we have to import labor to cater for their needs. I know some people are talking about funding Polytech, but these are the very people who are responsible for the destruction of technical education in this country, Mr. Speaker. At least Polytech has rescued some technical colleges and is producing thousands of skilled people. It is no secret that 95% of the students of Polytech, Mr. Speaker, say, are it okay. Many of them have nowhere to go after leaving school from year 10, 11, and 12. Mr. Speaker, say, Polytech has produced 1,399 students with certificates in Tibet areas and 2,500 persons with micro-qualifications. This year, over 1,500 students are already enrolled in certificates 3 and 4. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is better to keep them in technical colleges or institutes and upskill them to secure jobs than to allow them to remain idle and engage in drugs and crime. This budget recognizes that a skilled workforce is the backbone of a thriving economy. For the first time, Mr. Speaker, sir, an allocation of 4,500 scholarships has been provided to TVET. FNU has graduated 1,300 students with TVET qualifications in 2024. For 2025, the number is expected to rise significantly. The emphasis on upskilling and reskilling our labor force will ensure that our Fijian people are not only ready for jobs of today, but are also equipped to seize the opportunities of tomorrow, especially in emerging sectors. Speaker, sir, this commitment will bridge the skills gap and enhance the employability of our youth and those seeking new careers. The budget's focus on supporting small and medium enterprises is another critical win for employment. SMEs are the engine room of our economy, providing vital jobs and fostering innovation. The proposed incentives and support mechanisms will empower these businesses to grow, expand, and hire more Fijians. This is direct job creation at the grassroots level, strengthening our communities from within. Speaker, sir, the continued commitment to social protection initiatives underscores the government's unwavering dedication to the welfare of all Fijians. A secure and healthy workforce is a productive workforce. The provision in this budget will also provide safety nets for our most vulnerable, ensuring that as our economy grows, no one is left behind. The allocation for social pension increased in the 23-24 budget by 15% and 25% respectively for those aged 65 plus and 70 plus. Further increase of 5% in this budget brings the total increase to 18 and 28% in 2 years, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, this budget reflects a holistic approach to national development, where economic growth is intrinsically linked to social progress and employment generation. It is a budget that empowers our workers, supports our industries, and invests in our future. It is a budget that fully puts the Fijian people first. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry is committed to achieving building security, stability, and prosperity through the various services that we deliver. Our National Employment Center is working closely with the Ministry of Education and other key stakeholders in strengthening technical vocational education to meet the growing demands of the labor market, including the development of Fiji's national TVET policy. The volunteer service scheme, the Fiji Volunteer Service, has been supporting the re-engagement of 31 retired teachers as school counselors for the last financial year and again this financial year. A total of 119 graduate volunteers were placed with local host employers in the current financial year as part of the capacity building towards full-time employment. Mr. Speaker, sir, the additional financial support of 267,300 in the new financial year for the formal employment service will ensure that we continue to promote and support our local employers by providing them with platforms such as job fairs, where local employers can conduct walk-in interviews with our unemployed citizens. This initiative has been a resounding success, and the Ministry will continue with this in the new financial year, creating pathways for unemployed Fijians for local employment opportunities. Mr. Speaker, sir, remittances contributed significantly to Fiji's economic growth in 2024. The substantial increase in total inward remittances increased by 6%, reaching a remarkable 1.33 billion. This figure is expected to further grow by 7%, reaching 1.4 billion in 2025. With our labor mobility programs under our bilateral arrangements with both Australia and New Zealand, recording 10,500 workers in Australia and over 4,600 in New Zealand since its inception till May 2025, Labour mobility is a significant contributor to Fiji's high remittances. On this note, I would like to acknowledge the Honourable Minister for Finance for supporting our request to strengthen our service delivery on the ground. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the last 2.5 years, we have made sure that we only allow unskilled workers to join the workforce that is going abroad under the RSC scheme and the PALM scheme. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we took over government, this ministry, we inherited 42 unfilled positions. And I must thank the Honourable Minister for Finance for providing budgetary allocations in the last 2 years to fill all these positions and ensure that our ministry has a full complement of staff to be able to deliver. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to acknowledge the continued support from the Australian government in funding an additional country liaison officer, which will bring the number of CLOs to 4 in Australia, where the Fiji government is funding 2 and the Australian government is funding 2 of the country liaison officers. On the same note, I must also acknowledge the New Zealand government for supporting Fiji under the RSC program by providing funding to recruit the first ever country liaison officer for New Zealand and strengthening our RSC team. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we came into government, there wasn't a single country liaison officer. Despite Australia's offer to fund one from 2021, we failed to advertise and fill it, Mr. Speaker, sir. Our country liaison officers play a very important role in relation to the welfare of our workers through pastoral care and also promoting Fiji in both Australia and New Zealand. This is a testament of the coalition government's commitment to ensuring that the welfare of our workers while they are abroad is not compromised. Mr. Speaker, sir, the coalition government has restored workers' rights that had been curtailed for the last 14 years, culminating in a stronger voice for the workers and their representatives on employment policies. We have restored the tripartite forum. We are reviewing the Employment Relations Act to provide better protection and employment standards for workers. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fiji First government decimated the trade union movement. Union density was, I must repeat this because they must be reminded of this. Union density was reduced from 35% to a mere 9%. Union leaders, of course, were harassed, arrested, detained, and given all sorts of treatment that was inhumane. Mr. Speaker, sir, we increased the minimum wage by 25% within 12 months, not in drips and drabs, as was done in the past. Civil servants, Mr. Speaker, sir, had not received a pay rise from 2017 to 2024. That is 7 years. Our government increased their pay by 7 to 20% in 2024, and in the 2025-26 budget, another 3% is allocated. This brings the total to 10 to 23%. Never in history, Mr. Speaker, sir, have civil servants received such an increase without a job evaluation exercise. Only time they received a higher salary than this was when there was a job evaluation exercise. Go and check history. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fiji First government imposed contractual appointments on civil servants, giving the civil servants a sense of insecurity and serious anxiety. There are numerous examples of contracts not being renewed for just speaking up or speaking their mind. Trade union leaders, who are also civil servants, were demoted for speaking their mind or representing their unions legitimately. The retirement age was reduced from 60 to 55 at a very short notice. A very serious, actually, problem that was faced by those who were suddenly retired while they were expecting to go another 5 years. Some passed away due to heart attack. Mr. Speaker, ECE teachers were paid hourly for 5 hours a day, like casual workers. They will now enjoy equal status with normal salaries like any other teacher. I wish to thank the Honourable Minister for Education for correcting this and many other anomalies that have been in existence for over a decade. Thank you, sir. I am also aware that he is working with the teacher unions to correct other similar anomalies. Mr. Speaker, in the past, union leaders were hardly ever welcome to enter Marella House. Now, I see that the unions are working hand in hand with the ministry to develop education. They are development partners. They are no longer adversaries. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Hemchand, of course, is very much, Honorable Hemchand, sorry, my apology, is very much aware of this because he was a senior staff of the ministry during those days. And we shared many, experiences. He was a good colleague. Mr. Speaker, the ministry has received 5.68 million to support the second batch of payouts for the Batakula gold mine workers. Each eligible worker or the dependent of a deceased worker will receive a payment of $15,000 as committed in the last budget announcement. This will bring the total payout to $25,000 per worker. Mr. Speaker, furthermore, the workers' compensation legislation has been reviewed and the work care bill is undergoing further scrutiny and consultation by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Economic Affairs. Mr. Speaker, the coalition government has increased the allocation from 6 million to 7 million for processing of employment and school accidents under the existing no-fault compensation until the work care bill is passed. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Joseph Nand had some questions. I invite him to put those questions for us to answer in the next session of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, we have also reviewed the health and safety legislation on workplace inspections compliance to support the potential business owners and investors in reducing the total turnaround time to obtain the necessary licenses and approvals to start their new businesses. Mr. Speaker, the budget support towards good faith dialogue through the mediation services ensures an alternative dispute resolution mechanism that is accessible, efficient, effective, and transparent. It reflects a deliberate shift towards a proactive, peaceful employment dispute resolution favoring prevention over adjudication. Mr. Speaker, before I take my seat, just let me allude to all that the opposition has been saying. You know, when the budget was actually, the first reading was done, sir, I met many of them in the corridors of this parliament, and they said, very good budget. Very good budget. Very good budget. Eh? I can name them. You want me to name? I will not name them. They are good friends of mine. Only to come here and say the opposite. Mr. Speaker said they refuse to recognize all the good things that are in that budget. There are numerous, the list goes on. It has all been spelled out by this side of the House, but they will not acknowledge that. They will not acknowledge that. Yes. That's the behavior that we experience from the other side. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I take my seat, I wish to take this opportunity to commend all my ministry staff for their commitment and dedication throughout this financial year. Their hard work and dedication and perseverance have not only contributed to our success, but also has been recognized during the Civil Service Day, as we proudly received the Best Service Standards Award and secured the position of first runner-up for the Best Overall Excellence Award, sir. These awards are a testament to the exceptional efforts of our management team and staff, and my heartfelt gratitude to each of them for their contribution, which have played a pivotal role in achieving this remarkable milestone. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Members, I thank you all and I reiterate my full support for the 2025-2026 budget. Vinaka Wakalif.